Hey, good morning, friends. Mark Holmes here, and as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this literally does not work. I mean, seriously, it doesn't work without you guys. So I'm glad to report that, well, I got up, got my Dallas Cowboys coffee mug, and the sun has come up again. So no matter whatever seems to happen, that's one of those things that always does happen, that the sun rises. This is going to be some difficult times ahead. We're probably going to go stir crazy because we're all going to need to kind of stay inside for a bit. But this is probably the best thing to do because right now, if we go about business as usual, we're going through and watching games and, hanging out and partying and hanging out at the club and this, that, and the other. Inadvertently, we're going to continue to spread and continue to have this thing go all over the place. And we don't want that. Better to go ahead and be cautious. And a lot of people are like, man, this ain't real. Well, okay, that's cool. If you don't believe it, at least do one thing, and that's keep away from everybody else. Just in case you're wrong, it's better to err on the side of caution than it is to just go, willy-nilly about your business and put others at risk. That's what I say. It's what I think, and it looks like that's what we're doing as a country. So be mindful of others that may need some help. Um, that's going to be the key thing because there are a lot of people that are living from paycheck to paycheck, day to day, that the work stoppage or being at home are going to affect them. So we have to understand that if you have the abilities and the means to help others, it's time to go ahead and put those things to use. Use your power for good, so to speak. So even though we're all at home and doing stuff, the NFL is still at home doing stuff as well. We have free agency that's going to start taking off on Monday. We still have the franchise tag situations that's going on. And today is a key day because tonight at 11:59, the NFL Players Association is going to stop taking votes on the CBA. The NFL themselves have been sitting here on pins and needles waiting to hear the decision from them because they look at it and say, we got labor peace for the next 10 years. We got a deal that's going to make so much more money. Oh my God, it's going to make so much more money. And they can go to the TV um, industries, I can't think of what the word would be, but they can renegotiate the television contracts right now because they'll have more games. They got labor peace, attendance is up. And they'll say, show us more and more and more and more money. If it doesn't get passed, the owners are basically threatening a strike. They're basically saying, you screwed us. You cost us money, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to get vengeful. We'll have caps with inside the caps for, say, quarterbacks. Maybe they should do that anyway because when you think about the quarterback getting the lion's share of money that some of the guys that are key players on the team, you can't afford. When teams have to gut the teams just to pay the quarterback, well, that's kind of a problem anyway. Maybe they should just say quarterback compensation isn't part of the cap money. But then again, I'm not part of the negotiations and stuff. So I'm curious. Stop touching your face, Mark. Don't touch your face. That's key. I'm curious how you're making it thus far. What are your plans? How are you going to keep from going stir crazy? When I get back to the man cave, we're going to be doing a lot more broadcasting and stuff because, well, I can't make it without you guys. But we're going to try and figure out some ways to get you guys more involved. So that way, if you're just sitting at home, we can console each other. We can see what it's like in, Houston or Arlington or Miami or Oregon, whatever. So we can all kind of get a real feel. And maybe this will actually help us all because on my live stream last night, I'm hearing that people are saying things like they're declaring martial law in in New York, and they're shutting down this and shutting down that, and this, that, and the other. And this is how panic sets in. Okay, so we can actually have people who, because we are all across the country and the world, we can all kind of figure out, no, that's BS because I'm here. I can tell you. You know, when they say the grocery store shelves are all empty, ain't nothing in there. Well, I'm actually at the store and there's some stuff here. Okay, so maybe we as a group can kind of calm people down and let them know, hey, what's going on? Maybe there's some of you guys out there that might actually have the virus, and you can explain what you've got going on, what are the steps that you are doing to be treated with it, and to see how bad it actually is. And those experiences can maybe help the rest of us. So that's where we're looking at when we get back to the man cave. I may end up leaving this evening because they're calling for. This is what's crazy. The only snow we've had at my house this year was about half an inch, and it was kind of cool because it was over top of my fire pit, and I had about a half an inch on top of it. So I lit the fire pit, and it was kind of cool because it's melting the snow and stuff. But that's the only snow we had, in Virginia all year. And even up here where we are, Deep Creek, where there's a ski resort right here, they pretty much had almost no snow. Tonight it's supposed to start snowing, 3 to 5 inches of snow tonight into tomorrow. So it's like, maybe I'll jet on out of here tonight so that way I'm ahead of the storm. So, do you think the CBA will pass? I think it will pass for a couple of reasons. I think the NFL is not the biggest league in the world. Somebody had told me, and I don't know if this is true or not, but the NBA was considering rearranging their schedule so that way, starting it later, so that way their games aren't coinciding with the NFL. If that's true, if the NFL is literally that big, that the NBA is thinking about altering their schedule so that way they don't have to compete against them, that's huge. That shows you the power of the NFL. Now, I feel like the CBA is going to pass because the average person, or excuse me, the average player out there will look at this and say, listen, I am a borderline guy. I'm not going to have a long career. I'm going to get in, stay as long as I can, but the reality is it may be 2 years, it may be 3 years. So I can't afford to strike. I can't afford to get locked out. And what you're offering me is, as a guy who's getting a minimum, $100,000 raise. I won't get tested for weed. I'll have less practices. Sign me up. It's the wealthier players, the ones that know they're going to have a longer career, that look at this and say, yeah, that's nice and good, but see, we can get more. And when you look at this longevity-wise, with the way the projections are going, we could be getting screwed down the road, and it could end up being a bad deal. So let's not just rush into this because the owners say that we have to hurry up and do this. We got a whole nother year. And that's where you're getting a lot of vocal players. 13 team representatives voted against it that are kind of saying that. But here's the thing again, a lot of them will say that's fine and good that you've got, your morals and your moral standing, and this is what you're looking at in the bigger picture. But for me, I'm looking at my own personal survival, and I'm living paycheck to paycheck. And I can't afford to miss a season. That season that I'm gone, I may never come back. And that's one of the reasons why I think it's going to pass. But I think once it does pass, once the CBA is announced that it's done, you're going to see contracts galore. You'll see Dak and Amari's, I'm sure. You'll probably see Pat Mahomes, Deshaun Watson's deals. You're going to start seeing teams just making these deals real quick, so that way they can be ready to hit free agency and know how much money they have left. I think you're going to see more purging of rosters and clearing up cap space, because people want to start getting ready for free agency. Things are changing. Things are going to be done differently from here on out. Let's make no mistake about it, for everyday life, at least for a while. But you just roll with the punches. And as I always say, just make sure you're prepared. So do everything you can to set yourself ready for being in. I'm Mark Holmes, and well, I'm actually gonna go. Stop touching. Stop touching. It's bad hand. Bad hand. Stop it. Stop. Okay, gotta stop touching my face. I'm actually gonna go to Walmart, pick up a few things before, because we're out here in the country. Maybe they still have some supplies before we go down the road, because just want to be prepared. You just want to be prepared. It's better to have it and not need it than to need it and not have it. All right, guys. I'll see you later.